Good morning. From the looks of it, you can see I'm home. I haven't even had a chance to take a shower. I got home, and I have a lot of video to show you on the road. But when I got home, my cord, I could put it over here or something. I couldn't get in the front door. Somehow the doorknob got broke. Don't ask me why and how and who cares. But I gotta buy a new doorknob. Apparently somebody tried to twist it with a pair of pliers or vice grips or a pipe wrench or something, but they couldn't get in. All they did was twist the cogs off of it. So I gotta get a new doorknob. I don't know what happened. But anyway, it could have been the neighbors. It could have been something they might have checked for water leaks or something, but everything was fine on the inside of the house. Nothing was moved, nothing was disturbed. I guess they couldn't get in. It was probably either my daughter had somebody try to get in, she forgot her key like she normally does, or something happened or something, and they wanted to come in and check or something because it's association shit. Hell, I don't have no idea. Or maybe they thought I was dead inside. What the hell do I know? Anyway, everything was fine other than the broken doorknob. What's so funny, my house has got other entrances that they could have tried, but they didn't try nothing but actually the back door. So I don't know. It's actually the front door I use, but it's basically the back side of the house. And it's the one that faces the road, so that's what they call it, the back side of the house. The front side of the house faces the lakes out here, whatever. One of them deals. But anyway, I finally got it open this morning from the inside, because I went around to another entrance and used a different key and went right on in. But that's why I thought, well, somebody's trying to break in the house, but that's not the case. It's somebody probably doing a wellness check, because they probably called, and my house when I never answered that damn thing. It's mostly solicitors anyway, and I guess they either thought I was dead or something, or my daughter, or it was the people I left in charge of the house with a key, so I don't know. But anyway, I gotta buy a new doorknob for that door, or use the other door. Or hell, crawl through a damn window, shit, that ain't got bars on it. And none of my windows got bars on it. But anyway, back to my traveling experience. I had a great time. I stayed in a dusty area, which that I didn't like. If I ever go back down to Courtside, it'll be to buy the gems and the rocks and stuff. I found some beautiful stones. I mean, I can see why they call it the capital gems area of the world. And they get them in from all over the world, from Africa, Asia, China, you name it, any part of the world, they get it. And I bought enough of them. I bought about 100 pounds of gems. So, and that was made my truck more loaded. I decided in my mind that I am going to cut back on a lot of stuff that I take. There's no sense taking 300 pounds of canned goods. At least 300 pounds. It might have been 500 pounds. I didn't weigh this shit. I just kept loading tote after tote after tote full of canned goods in case you couldn't buy anything or eat. I ain't gonna starve to death for no damn body. I was bugging like I was gonna bug out. Well, bugging out is different than taking a vacation. But you never know, you might have to bug out after you get there. That was my motto. So I'm gonna keep my food supplies down to 100 pounds. I'm gonna weigh it. I got a bathroom scale, and I'm gonna weigh it. If it's over 100 pounds, I'm leaving it. Because I can buy food along the way, because we mostly ate out, drive-through, or I cooked a little bit. I took 5 dozen eggs, and I bet I didn't cook a dozen. So I have 4 dozen left. So from now on, buy smaller containers of eggs instead of I had plenty of food. Oh God, you don't know. And then I had brand new tires on the vehicle. That don't mean anything. We had one blowout. That I got a video all about that. So, and let's see. My old diesel has a tendency to have to be shot in the morning with ether to start, like all old diesel vehicles have to be. The injectors are good. The fire glow plugs are good. It just needs that extra boost when you get back down to where you ain't got no smart brain or any of that other stuff. Then it takes an old manual start, and I love that. You know, I'd rather go out there and spray it with ether and then fire it up. And then once it's fired and warmed up for the day, it's good for the whole day. And probably way up into the night. It has to sit at least 5 to 10 hours before you have to shoot it. Probably around 10 hours before you have to shoot it with some more ether. But that's all right. Let's see. And nowadays they got a little burster deal on the new ones. That some of them even come with an Easter container, ether container, not Easter, but ether container that you can punch a button and it'll give it a shot. Mine's an old manual, so whatever. But anyway, back down to Quartzsite. Where I stayed was too dusty. There was nice people there, don't get me wrong, and 99.99999 were pleasant, nice people. It's that one oddball, or a group of oddballs, that has no consideration for other people, that buy these, and I have a four-wheeler, an RTVV, or whatever the hell they call them some bitches, at two-seaters, and excuse my language, but I'm tired this morning, I don't care. They shoot by, and the sign says 10 mile an hour. You can't go 10 mile an hour in a vehicle. There's too many damn rocks. So it's about 5 mile an hour. But these off-road vehicles, they can go by 40, 50 mile an hour, and they'll come by and blow up dust when you're trying to cook. That's why I didn't cook. I don't want to eat Quartzsite, Arizona. Let's see. And some of the store people down there, I know they deal with a lot of tourists and a lot of dumbasses, but they're very rude and very disconcerting. You know what I'm saying? And I know they deal with a lot of homeless. I've seen so much homeless down there. People with just a backpack on and walking in dirty. Oh my God. I think I told you the experience. I'll tell one of these days. You don't tell it in Mexican company anyway. People don't bathe properly down there. And I'm not saying all people. I'm saying 99.999 are fine. It's that 1 or 2% of the people or 3% of the people that just does not care about personal hygiene. Now, I don't care. I go down there and I'll wear crappy clothes. I wore this for 2 days and it's time to go. I just so tired last night I just didn't change. I just fell in bed. We didn't get home till about 5:30, 6 o'clock. It was almost dark. And I had to make sure that the refrigerator was plugged in and my dogs were inside. And they're so happy to be home. It's unreal. And they got a routine here. And let's see what else. The bathing. They wear, now dreadlocks are fine, but wash the damn things. I mean, they do not, and I quote, they do not care of how clean they are. Now me, yes, I wore pajamas half the day, lounged around in long pajamas and old house shoes, I mean, I was on vacation and I didn't want to get up and do anything and whatever, stir around. But I was clean. I went to truck shops to bathe. They're about $15. I never did find that $7 place. $15 was fine for a shower. And I ended up taking a shower almost every day when I was there. And then I cleaned up every night. Usually I got my shower in about 10, 11 o'clock. And then, but then I'd clean up with handy wipes and alcohols and all that other shit before I went to bed. It's just not. I looked around for motels and stuff, and I didn't really find anything that was suitable, because I thought about staying in a motel a couple of days. I'm holding this because it fell out of the floor, and I got home. My feet were both swollen. One, that my right leg was swollen so bad, my leg and my thigh, and my calf. It was maybe more my calf and leg than a foot than it was anything, but it was swollen, and bone was protruding out of the side of my foot. I think it was a bone or something. You could sink a quarter in it. And so I thought, well, I got my feet up and everything else, and I feel a lot better. But I would only go down there for the gyms. That was it. That would be my opinion. I don't care if the damn camping is free. It's just basically it didn't impress me. Now, if I'd have been over there where the foothills were, where Frida was staying, or close in that area, wherever, or other places, it would have been fine. But a lot of people go down there and have party after party after party. Well, I don't do that. I do a little bit of socializing, 6 to 10 foot, even before the COVID. I never did run up and hug somebody and kiss on them and, oh my God, you're my best. No, that ain't me. I stay back from people probably 6 foot to 10 foot. I mean, I might step forward and shake their hand if they offer or whatever, something like that. That was even before the COVID. But after the COVID, I just say, hey, and that's it, And if I do use shake hands, I usually wash my hand. But because I always carry my alcohol. Now, I will down to the day I die. I carry my alcohol spray and my mask and everything else. I don't care if damn COVID's come and gone. I don't care. After I've seen some of these humans, my dogs are cleaner and bathe more often. That ain't no shit. I love the drive. I don't travel as fast as a lot of people. But I drove 8 to 10 hours a day getting back home because Chris was not doing good. His lungs are bad. He's not a traveler to begin with because he's like his mama. He stays in his car. He sees nothing. If he can't see it through the front windshield of that car, he ain't worth going seeing. He doesn't walk around much and get exercise like he should. I'm in a lot better health than he is. Now, I'm a lot older than he is, but I'm in a lot better health. And like I said, if I take off again between now and the New Year's, or even take off before spring, I will leave his little bud at home because he's not healthy enough to go travel like I do. And I don't travel like he does. He's a truck driver. They believe in just shoot there and shoot back until he had his sixth spell. And I think he's got pneumonia, if you want to know the truth. I told him, you're going to the doctor and you're going to find out why that you're not doing as well as you should be. So that's about all I got to say much, but it was a nice experience. I was there about 60 years ago when my wife was having my second child. I had a job out there not too far from Quartz. It was over in Blythe, California. I think it's Blythe. But anyway, down by the Salton Sea. But anyway, there was doing some experience, about 100 years ago. But anyway, I hadn't been there in 60 years. Well, 60 years ago, there's a filling station and a gravel road. Now it's built up a little populated with a freeway, and a whole bunch of filling stations. And it's like a carnival shop. Everybody's got their, like a big swap meet. That's what my son said it was. Dad, you drove 1,800 miles for a damn swap meet. That's what he was pissed off. I said, well, yeah, I guess. I can't say no. But it was an experience. But it reminds me of a swap meet. People setting out their wares, like a garage sale or swap meet or whatever. And then they got some nicer shops, you know, you can go in. And that one I wished I would have spent more time in, the biggest gym store in the world. It was about I don't know, 3 or 4 long and 3 or 4 blocks wide, and it was it was a huge building. And I would, if I could have got my scooter in there or a wheelchair, but you just barely have room to walk into miles because they got stones laying everywhere. And I went through maybe an eighth of it, 1/8, and I bought, I don't know, close to 100 pounds of stones, gemstones, all kinds of sapphires and quartz and amethyst and all kinds of stuff. I bought some opals, and I don't know why I bought opals because my wife's passed, but that was her favorite stone. I guess I'll just go in there and set them in her bedroom so she can enjoy them. She's dead and gone, buried in the cemetery, but I haven't changed her bedroom other than put sheets over everything. In fact, it's time to put new sheeting down. I do that once a year and wash the old sheets. I just cover everything with white sheets. But I'll just lay them stones and stuff in there in her bedroom. Change subject. But I had a good time. I really did. Traveling I love traveling. I would have probably went on into California, into the coast, but Chris was sick, and I wanted to get him home. I know he ain't got COVID or anything like that. He's just got bad lungs. He's got poor health, and he smokes. I told him you need to quit smoking. You can't get enough oxygen as it is. And I just lost my sister. Hers was probably diabetes, said heart failure and stuff like that. But she was overweight. She had low oxygen, and of course they don't believe in using any oxygen machine or anything like that. Because when I went out and tested her, had been 2 years ago, her oxygen level was low for a person who's supposed to be getting around. They got to get me from about 98, 97, 98, and hers was almost 90, barely got to 90. And of course, sleeping, she probably lost down to 88, and that's probably what she died of, lack of oxygen. And people need to take better care of their health so they can enjoy their old age. You know, Ori was the best little traveler I ever seen in my life. Now back down to the other problem. Little guy, the alarm went off in the back when I was pulling a mountain, which was a carbon monoxide alarm. Because I guess the very back it got a little bit of fumes because when you pull a long mountain, and I was pulling it at 35, completely loaded, and I won't be loaded like that heavy no more, ever again. I decided if shit hits the fan, I'll just figure out some other way. I took 2 big old giant tanks of propane, plus a whole bunch of them little bottles. I had probably 100 gallons of water on board, 8.34 a gallon, 8 pounds, 0.34 a gallon. I had a whole bunch of weight I just didn't need. And let's see what else. Oh, the toolbox that broke. It was just a deal that came loose, a bolt came loose, and I put a bungee cord on it. I'm going to leave half of my tinting at home. I'm not going to take all that tint. I'm just going to take one tent, the dog pen, and a couple of spare pieces of tarps in case I have to cover the dog pen. And I'm going to take my portable bathroom. I'm going to leave about half, or 3/4 of the tent, extra tents and stuff at home. I'm not going to take all that. I've got it in my mind. Oh, I'm putting solar, and that'll be another video. Solar on the opposite side. I'm going to double my solar panels and double my battery power so my refrigerator can get power and run without me having to cut it off. And let's see what else. Just odds and ends. You'll see it all when I get it all together. But let's see what else. Oh, I'm going to start wrapping jewelry. And I can complain. I've got another video about I don't mind a lot of people's YouTube channels. I enjoy the hell out of them. But you get that oddball every once in a while, and I've learned one thing: delete and move on. Probably that's what you need to do my channel: delete and move on. But I figured out that I just if I'm going to do this on a part-time basis, and I'm gonna say 3/4 of the time, I don't want to be full-time anything, because I might change my mind in 5 minutes, and that's an option you need to keep up with, changing your mind. But I will talk to you guys later. This video is running way too long, and I wanted to get it up. Talk to you guys later.